is actually sustainability reporting? So first, we want to know the need for sustainability reporting regulation and standards. Why is it important for regulators need to come up with sustainability reporting regulation and standards? And that is actually what will happen in the near future, or currently this is what we are talking about, because investors, stakeholders, they are demanding more strategic and holistic information about long-term value creation, which will actually impact on the society. So basically, our investor, creditors, community, people, they all want companies to be able to report not just their financial performance, not just their financial information, but also their non-financial information. Why? Because there are so many things apart from the financial information, it's actually impacting the society. So what is actually sustainability reporting? It's actually more on environment, social, and governance. So usually we call it ESG. Yeah, ESG. So more on information related to the environment, social, and governance. So how companies' performance are impacting the environment, how the company performance is actually has an impact on the social concerns and the governance on that company, so that in the long term, yeah, the value of that company is can be measured more by the society or by the stakeholders. And with the sustainability reporting, yeah, we want also that the company report consistently and comparably and trusted. Why? Because apart from making sure that the company can sustain for longer time, so they don't want stakeholders or investors don't want they invest their money on a company that actually can stand only for shorter time. They want to know the long-term value that that company has, and this is needs to be also related to the impact to the society. Why? Because for instance, you can imagine the pandemic COVID-19 is impacting on the economy or the performance of a company. And if the company actually, before the pandemic happens, if they make some uh, evaluation or they make some predictive, yeah, on how they actually will survive, will they can sustain, uh, looking at the risk that they might face, so that they actually can face the pandemic better than those companies that do not analyze risk that they may be facing. So it is very important with this sustainability reporting, long-term enterprise value is being assessed. They being looked at how the company is performing, but not only their financial terms, but also regards to company sustainability. So how the company can survive with the climate change. And that is actually one of the topics that the sustainability reporting is the concern of the climate change. You can see that now the world are changing with the climate changes, with the temperature are going up every year, and this has a certainly impact on the um, Wait, let me see. Why is not working? Okay, let me check. Okay, so can you still see what my share screen, everyone? Okay.
Yes, miss.
So sustainability reporting, who actually concerns about this, or who are the organization are looking at this? So first, sustainability reporting, it's very close to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, that everyone now are concerned about how uh, how this world can be become a better place to live, yeah, for people to live in, for the society to have a better life. So the United Nations actually um, comes up with the SDGs. There are important issues related to how human being can survive more longer, yeah. And this also related to the sustainability in a company, because they need to also understand, company needs to also understand the needs of the society. Indonesia government rule, they also make in 2017, related to for companies to actually disclose about their um, their contribution to the social responsibility to their environment. And then sustainable reporting by Global Reporting Initiative, so GRI, is actually one of a big organization that look at these sustainability standards. They evaluate what the company needs to report, and they they announce their standards, and they've been updating it every time, every year. And then there is another organization, integrated reporting. So this is from the International Integrated Reporting Council, IIRC. So this is also an organization where they look at how reporting, not for company, not just looking at the financial, but also in other perspective, in other point of view, so they can have a full understanding or integrated reporting, so that so that the stakeholders can actually make a good decision making for their future decision, yeah, whether if for investor, for instance, whether the investor want to invest or the creditors want to give credits to the company. So they understand more looking at the integrated reporting. And then there's a commitment from the G20 countries and the B20 to adopt sustainability reporting, or the integrated reporting. And also Indonesian Financial Service Authority, like OJK, they also now requires the use of GRI standards in the financial reporting of the company that are listing in the Indonesian Stock Exchange. So it is becoming now, it's very important to understand what is sustainability reporting is. So can you see this diagram? Is it too small or is it okay? Can you all see? So at the bottom here, this is actually the sustainability development goals, 17 goals that the United Nations has announced. And I do apologize, this is very small. So but later on, you can look at the website of the United Nations, or we can go there together to see what are the goals, including one of them are related to poverty. Yeah, poverty or zero hunger, yeah, making sure that nobody in this world are hungry, yeah, nobody are in poverty, nobody are in not in a better life, yeah. United Nations making sure that people live happily in this earth, yeah, and they put 17 goals here, and these goals are actually um, aligned, yeah, to the process of the business model of a company. We will look here. So this is the input. So you can imagine this is the business model, yeah, in a company. The company has a mission and vision, and the company itself has a governance. Yeah, governance is more like how you organize an organization, how you actually managing your organization. So here you can see the inputs. So what are the inputs into the business model? First, you can see there are the financial aspect, yeah, and then there's the manufactured aspect for like companies which are manufacturing, and then there's the intellectual aspect. Yeah? So you need a humans, intellectual people, yeah, knowledge to be able to actually give input to the company. And there's the human resource, the social and relationship. Yeah, because it is very important that company also understand what it is related to the social and the society and natural, yeah, to the natural, the environment. So this is the inputs. And during the business model, you can see here they need to make a sustainable development, how they can survive, yeah, in operating the business. They need to understand, they need to manage, or they need to analyze, yeah, what are the risks and opportunities for the companies, yeah, the risk, the company opportunities, because all of this then will come up with the strategy and resource allocation for a company. And these are very important because if the company know what are the risks are facing them and what are the opportunities ahead of them that can make the company more profitable, so then they can actually design their strategy and resource allocation. And they also will see the outlook and the performance at the end of the day. Yeah? So you can see the inputs, and there is the output and the business activities, the outputs and the outcomes. So all the outcomes that is being processed in the business model are should be related to the SDGs. So you can see here which SDGs are impacted on all that outcomes of the company's business process or model. So like the financial performance or the financial contribution that the company has is impacted on all these SDGs, and the manufactured, the intellectual, the human, the social relationship, the natural, they all should be aligned with the sustainable development goals that has been set by the United Nations. And hopefully that with the reporting that they can actually give pictures on what are the business are doing in terms of the sustainable development goals, will help building more trust, yeah, to the society. So trust is very important in producing sustainability reporting, because we want that at the end of the day, we want the society or the stakeholders or the investor, the creditors to trust the company's reporting, to trust the company's performance in what are they are in giving the information through the sustainability reporting. So you can see here that the future of reporting are more looking at this specific or more they will look at the environment, the social, and the governance. And you can see here the GRI, 100, 200, 300, 400. So they update it. Yeah, they update, and this is a big organization. So uh, sustainability. So that terms is actually can also be the meaning of corporate responsibility. So their responsibility to the community, their responsibility to the environment, to the society, the environment, the where they live in. Yeah, corporate social responsibility, corporate environmental responsibility, corporate accountability, corporate ethics, corporate citizenship or stewardship, responsible entrepreneurship, triple bottom line, yeah, people, planet, and profit. And the last, the very popular term is the environmental, social, and governance. So the word sustainability has all these meanings. And this means that how the company can actually do their business activities in terms of this, making sure they are also being responsible, yeah, to the to the community, to the environment, and not just make pollution, not just make damages, but also concerns on what are the impact they are making to the society. So it is sustainability is more of a responsibility. So the word sustainability is a responsibility of an organization for the impact of its decision and activities. Yeah, so decision and activities on society and the environment through transparent and ethical behavior. So we want the company to have an ethical behavior, not just making damages to the world. Like you can see now, people in when you do your shopping, there is zero plastic bag, yeah, and that is also one of the concern if that company or that shopping center or the shopping place is actually care, yeah, care about the environment. So they, if they do care, they don't give out plastic bags, yeah. So it is very important for you to bring your reusable bag when you want to buy something in a shop. Yeah, because why? Because we know that plastic bags is very dangerous to the environment. They cannot process it. Yeah, so when you actually bring your own bag or usable bag when you shop, that gives one of the example you are responsible, yeah, for your environment. So companies through the ethical behavior, and that is consistent with the sustainable development and the welfare of society. So like save energy, electricity, including don't reduce pollution, yeah, and try to save up using water, and all of that is actually very important to our to be able to sustain in this world, yeah, when we are living or people lives in this world, or we have to actually care about the earth we are living in. And sustainability is also to understood, yeah, is understanding or understood to be the way firms integrate, yeah, social, environmental, and economic concerns into their values, the firm values. So if a stakeholders want to predict how are the or how much is the value of the companies, they must also put in assumption or in place that uh, mm, the values of the firms or the values of the institution is integrated between not just the financial, but also the social, environmental, and economic concerns, and including culture, yeah, culture, decision making, strategy, and operation in a transparent and accountable manner, and thereby establish better practices within the firm. And it's good for the firm itself, it's good for the company, and it's also create wealth and improve society. That's the more important thing. And why sustainability? Why bother with the sustainability? Because sustainability is actually a growing recognition, yeah, of the significant effect the activities of the private sector. So all the business activities are now being are concerns, yeah, and they needs a recognition in the activities of the private sector that are aligned with the SDGs, and increased levels of understanding, yeah, of the link between responsible business and good business. So we don't want the company just a good business but not responsible. You don't want to be a good person but not responsible person. You have to be both. You have to be a good person and also a responsible person. So in another word, the level of understanding between that good and responsible, giving a push for the company to actually make that sustainability reporting. And then investors and financial markets are beginning to see that CSR activities are important. Yeah. And building trust with the community. That is also the goals or the objective of the sustainability report. We want the community to actually trust the information that are given by the companies and can develop innovative and economically viable products, process, and service. So uh, the value, yeah, the value of sustainability reporting is actually first to build trust. Yeah, so we want to build trust. So stakeholders want to trust the company, yeah, where they are uh, making the ESG strategy, direction of travel, and progress on that journey enhances its reputation and reinforce its license to operate. The higher the quality of data, process, and controls that support reporting, the higher the confidence level. So making sure that the data that the company are using in generating this reporting are true, and it is for enhancing reputation and reinforces. So more on how the company can build trust, yeah, trust from the society, and then better transparency. So we also want sustainability reporting is a media or is a tools to be able to make a transparencies, to be able the stakeholders to see better understanding on the company or the business process, the activities. So it is more transparent. So it gives more value on that. And then third is related to managing risk. So like pandemic COVID. So if um, company are analyzing or analyzing what are their risks, what are the opportunities. So that is actually very important in the sustainability reporting when the company is actually give information on how they manage their risk and creating opportunities. Okay, so who are the organization now that are concerns on making these standards frameworks and enablers of sustainability reporting, because there are so many organizations. So first, this is the WBCSD, World Business Council for Sustainability Development. So the background of the mission are, they have launched in 1995 to inject a business voice into the global conversation on sustainability. So the aims to make the member companies more successful and sustainable. Yeah. So you don't want to be just companies that can perform well, but they not sustain. They can't continue. They cannot live in a longer period. So sustain means you are looking at the future to be able to stay longer time. Yeah. And the organization of GRI, or the Global Reporting Initiative. So this was founded in 1997. They aim to create the first accountability mechanism to ensure companies adhere to responsible environmental conduct principles. So GRI is a big organization, and nowadays they keep on updating their GRI standards. And the GRI standards is actually for sustainability reporting with a multi-stakeholder audience. And then there is the CDP, the Carbon Disclosure Project. This is also an organization that look at the more on how companies are producing carbon, yeah, pollutions, yeah. It designs to help entities make their environmental impact transparent to the stakeholders. They want the companies to be able to report transparently to the stakeholders. And it is, even though it is voluntarily, and therefore it supply information to the CDP in exchange for a score. Okay. And then the GHG protocol, greenhouse gas protocol. So the GHG protocol, this is from 2001. It addressed the need for an international standard for corporate greenhouse gas. So this is more on environment, accounting, and reporting in the late 1990s. And what other else organizations? So there's so many organizations that are very concerned about this sustainability reporting. So there is the Climate Disclosure Standards Board. So climate change, it's impacting on how now the earth are living, yeah, because of this climate change. So it is important this organization look at the voluntary approach for reporting environmental and climate change information. And then there is the IIRC, the International Integrated Reporting Council. And was found in 2010 with investors as the primary audience. And this is actually more focus on strategic future-oriented reporting. So through the integrated reporting, we want to actually look or estimate the future performance of that company. And then there is the SASB, Sustainability Accounting Standards Board, where this is found 2011, and primarily to develop industry specific standards, yeah, when provide investors with comparable non-financial information, yeah. And then the UN Guiding Principles Reporting. This is also an organization launched 2015. 31 questions. And last is the UN Sustainable Development Goals, the UN SDGs. So this is also the organization that are they care, yeah, about how the company, yeah, can be trusted by the society. And there is science-based target, the task force on climate rate financial disclosure, the TNFD task force, World Economic Forum. Yeah, so there are more, a lot of organization, and I think I can give to you the sustainability reporting concept later on. Uh, uh, for the readings, ya, maksudnya for readings for you to read, because I think there is gonna be an exam, ya, ujian kompetensi 1, the exam. So I hope that you understand, yeah, about this sustainability. So it is sustainability, we can say it's beyond the law, yeah. It's about the sensitivity to context, both social and environmental. That's what I keep saying, and it's related to the performance. So now it's become very important to understand, yeah, how the company can actually contribute to the society. So a corporation stakeholders, you can see here, and then there's the shareholders, and then the non-governmental organization. So this is very business partners, yeah, lenders, insurers, communities, regulators, yeah, intergovernmental bodies, consumers, employees, and investors. This is more both the social and environmental related performance, where we can actually see. And then there is the why micro perspective, yeah, why? Because look, the trust itself, yeah, the trust will become supplier, customer, employee, stakeholders, yeah. So it is very important to have that trust as expectation of technically competent performance, trust as expectation of fiduciary responsibility. So it is very important to understand, yeah, the importance of that trust. Okay, why has CSR? So after sustainability, you all know that CSR is a part of that sustainability reporting. And so why has CSR become important? So first, sustainable development, yeah, um, humankind is using natural resources at a faster rate than they are being replaced. And then the GRI, globalization, economic is increasingly raising CSR concerns related to human resource. And then why is important? Governance, CSR instrument reflect trade internationally, yeah, and then finance, and then the ethics, consistency, and community leadership. So, and then there's also business tools, and this is the relationship between the CSR and the law. You can see here, I will not go through. So CSR implementation framework and corporate governance. So a well-designed CSR implementation framework integrates economic, social, and environmental decision-making throughout a firm. From of so wait, let me check potential benefits of implementing a CSR approach. So we want to receive benefits, yeah, benefits, or how with the implementation of the CSR is actually give benefits. Yeah, so this is approach. So you can we can just look at how better anticipation and management of an ever expanding spectrum of risk, improve reputation management, enhance ability to recruit, develop and retain staff, improve innovation, competitiveness, and market positioning. So this is potential benefits when we are implementing a CSR, yeah, approach. So this is the framework. Yeah, this is the framework. So start with the plan. Yeah, plan. So this is conduct a CSR assessment, and then this is CSR strategy. So this is more of the assessment. Working definition. Okay. So I see. So sorry. And then there's develop CSR commitments, implement CSR commitments. Yeah, there's a scan of CSR commitments, hold discussion with major stakeholders, create a working group to develop the commitments, develop an integrated CSR, prepare, implement, set measurable targets, yeah, and so on. So this is one of the implementation, yeah, of the CSR. Assure and report on progress, engage stakeholders, report of performance internally and externally, evaluate and improve, and then uh, for concluding remarks, yeah, similar cases as COVID-19, yeah, have been found and faced by firms in the past. So company can actually survive and has sustainability or profit is the one that maintain trust. So company that actually survive through this COVID-19 pandemic is actually the company that has trust, yeah, or maintain trust to the society. And it's beyond law, CSR substance being strategic, not just wealth distribution, create trust beyond the profit and beyond profit. Require professionalism, thus create innovation. Promising sustainability firms, the same is applied at the individual level affected by firm and environment. I think that's more on the sustainability. Let me just stop share, but I want to show a real sustainability reports so that you can actually has an idea on what it's like. So wait, let me share screen again. So, sorry. Okay. Share. Okay, let me just give one moment. Now, there it is. So this is an example, yeah, example of a sustainability reporting by Unilever. So this is a sustainability report, yeah, 2021. And the company is Unilever, yeah, Unilever. So they have a motto, stronger together towards recovery. So recovery from the pandemic COVID. And the sustainability report there, they has the contents, yeah, on the sustainability performance, the stakeholders and maturity, sustainability strategy, company profile, good corporate governance, improve the health of the planet, improve people's health, confidence, and well-being, contribute to a fairer, more social, inclusive world. So it is very attach or closely to give benefits to the society, to the environment, stronger together towards recovery. So this is how they actually talk about an era post the COVID-19. Yeah, the world has started to start their recovery journey after we fought the pandemic that has shackled us for more than 2 years together. So this is more like telling the readers, yeah, what they are doing in terms on of being responsible to the community. Yeah, and then here you can see the sustainability performance overview, the economic aspects. Yeah, they have the net revenue, the net income, and then the environmental aspects. There are reducing the plastic contents, and also there is a factories consisting of 6 factories, so they just transparently talk about the factories that they have and the use of the plastic bag. They are using recycled plastic for Rinso, Molto, Wipol, Sunlight bottles, and waste disposal. Yeah, it's being emission reduction, energy intensity, and the social aspects as well. Social aspects, yeah. So you can see here and I can share you that this one. Okay, so they have the stakeholders and maturity. They have this dependency, responsibility, tension, influence, yeah, diverse. So they all are information for actually for the company to build the trust, yeah, the trust on the society. And let me also show you in each countries what's happening in each countries uh, on the sustainability reporting. Let me share screen again. Sorry. Okay. So this is an overview of sustainability reporting across Asia Pacific. So this is countries. They report how many listed companies are present, or there's an upcoming. Yeah. So here Australia. So Australia, there is currently no compulsory sustainability reporting, but they can actually voluntarily, yeah. And upcoming, what happened is Australian Sustainable Finance Initiative, yeah. They are listed 37 recommendation across different time frames, with international mandates during the force on corporate sustainability report. Yeah, they increase the trend in financial sectors. They have the Australian Accounting Standard Boards in Australia, and in China they have the China Securities Regulatory. They have disclosure on preventing the pollution, method for managing the waste, environmental incidents, especially if penalties are involved, ESG risks. Yeah. And Hong Kong, yeah, they also have the Hong Kong Stock Exchange listing rules, include the ESG reporting guide. Yeah. India, um, there is to prepare business responsibility report in respect of reporting on ESG for top 1,000 listed entities. So this is for India. In Indonesia, in our country, we have Otoritas Jasa Keuangan. So it is OJK, our regulators, who actually requires PLC to publish sustainability reporting though through there is OJK yes, in 2020, and you can see here there are 9 principles, and so they are being regulated by the OJK, and the OJK is responsible on how they actually whether the company are doing their report properly related to this. So there's the Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Philippines, they all concerned. Yeah, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, they all in their stock exchange commission are now very much understand the importance of the sustainability reporting. So I think that's all from me, moderator. I will share the PowerPoint and also the materials, including the example of the sustainability reporting and including the GRI initiatives, global standards that you can look at. And it is very important in the future if you are in a company to better understand not just the financial performance, but also the environment, the social, and the governance. So I think we still have time for Q&A. I will give back to Mbak Amelia. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Rahmawati. And next, we're gonna moving to the next session, which is Q&A session. Does anyone have a question? If you have a question, you can raise your hand and unmute your audio.
Oh, can I ask someone?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
please.
Okay, maybe I can. So because I haven't meet you and I can see some of them are my students, but some of them are maybe from others. Maybe Regita Salsadila. Regita Salsadila, are you here? Regita? Oh, Puspita Duyana. Puspita Duyana. Okay, there's no sound as well. Oktiana. Okay, Mbak Amelia, I think you need to do a presence by calling out names and to turn on the camera.
Oh, okay, Miss. I will do the present.
Okay, but I will give it back to you. So maybe because maybe they're shy, but I will give the materials to you so you can share to the through Mbak Konita. Yeah, I will. Then you can actually share to the participant of the summer school. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Or maybe they already understand about what you gave to us. It's very insightful for us. And guys, if you have other questions, guys, to Miss Alfie, guys. Okay, maybe they really understand about the material, Miss. Okay, maybe we can move to the next session, which is the photo session. So thank you for Miss Effie Rahmawati, M.Acc. Ph.D. AKCA for the attractive material. Hopefully it can help the audience to have a better understanding of timely reporting and sustainability reporting, which will be delivered by Bu Now we are turning to the last agenda, which is closing. As the master of ceremony, I do apologize if any mistakes during this event. Finally, I would like to say thank you. Before we leaving this event, kindly please everyone turning on your camera because we want to take the picture. So you guys can open your camera and let us take the picture. Okay, I will take your picture, guys. I will take in one, two, three. Okay, the second slide. One, two, three. Okay, thank you so much, Effie, for giving us the material. Hopefully, it can help us to get a better understanding about this material. Thank you,
Welcome.
Effie.
Thank you. Welcome. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.